Oh, hey guys, it's me, Axolotl Guy. Sorry for not uploading an animation for too long, but sorry. Now, you read the title. It's me explaining the whole timeline of it and also me mapping it. Blah blah blah, so boring. Anyway, so for those people who see my videos, I have two animated zombie videos. Those two is first one is infection. What is infection? And the other one is Infection 2. Both set in the United States. Both are set in the United States right here. And let me explain a few things before anything else happens. Let me first explain the Russo-Ukrainian War. This war has not ended yet, and it won't. And the war will not end. In the Russo-Ukrainian War, Russia and Ukraine will be fighting for a very, very long time. Until, well, you know what? I ain't spoiling for you guys, but I'll just explain it. So, I have this accurate map ready, so let's just start. So, you saw the Australian guy in episode 2, for those people who watched it. I think it was like 60 people that watched it. I don't know. Maybe 80. A guy from Sydney, we don't know his name yet. He decides to travel to the United States, California. So he travels on a plane that goes to Sydney and he lands in Qatar. Well, because the plane can't go all the way. Now wait. He decides to take a longer flight. This Australian guy decides to take a longer flight instead of a shorter flight. Because he likes experiencing planes for some reason. He couldn't have just went around to San Francisco. I don't know why he did that. But anyway, Qatar, boom. He's in Qatar, then he travels until he reaches Denver, and then he travels into San Francisco. Now during all of this stuff, when he actually landed in San Francisco, a mysterious plague has happened somewhere near Los Angeles. Now, of course, I don't have a real name for this infection, so I'll just call it zombies. I don't have a name for it yet. The zombies have now arrived in the United States. Somewhere in California. Yeah. Wait, no, that's bad. The United States will try their best to hold out. Mexico might also be dead, but whatever. They'll hold out pretty well. Anyway, the zombies are hungry. Yep. So this is the first hour. In the first hour, the zombies have already reached. About these portions. The zombies have already spreaded throughout the parts of California, but haven't reached Mexico yet. Boom. Now in the first hour, since Los Angeles has fallen, the times of Infection 1 has now begun and are about to end really fast. So you saw those other country boys. We saw a Germany guy, we saw a German being eaten, a French being eaten, an American being eaten, and a Turkish police officer killing one of the zombies. The American is a citizen and all the others are tourists, but the Turkish guy has been in America for a very long time. So he decides to become a police officer. And yep, now he has to fight through. Let's just say the zombies, they spread a lot. But now, they meet Mexico. And Mexico doesn't do too well either. They're about to reach San Francisco, and San Francisco is now fallen. The The events of Infection 2 has now begun, and Australia and this Australian guy is witnessing all the horror. He wants to go back, but he can't go back. Because San Francisco's infested, the town's on lockdown, he has to find survivors and try to survive for as long as possible until he's able to escape. Now, we stop talking about America and we move into Mexico. Zombies are making their way into Mexico. Mexico actually puts up a bit more resistance than the Americans because of their, I can't say it or I might get demonetized. But you understand what I'm saying. So they travel and travel until a boat from Mexico that's actually filled with the infection and have landed right here. That's not good. And Mexico actually gets rid of them. Mexico actually gets rid of the South. You think that's not actually what I expected? No, that's what I actually expected. I wanted Mexico to get rid of the South because that's what actually happens. Mexico gets rid of the South, protecting the city of... I have no idea what this name is. I'm just going to call it La 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 La. So La 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 has been protected. Not for long, though. Because the main horde has now met up with this little horde. And they so happen to meet some more Mexican soldiers. Mexico does put up a big fight, but they reach the city. They reach the city. Yeah, they reach the city. Wah, wah. Oh well, they reached the city. Let me just time forward a bit. Okay, this is how the zombie virus is going. It's really long. Their land is pretty darn long. Until a boat has landed in Hawaii. Oh no, a boat has landed in Hawaii and they're surrounding Oahu. What are they gonna do? They just died. What the frick just happened? Oh, that was not meant to happen. Oops, that was not meant to happen. They're still at war with each other. So Hawaii has been taken over, and that is going to be a much more later episode. It won't be in Infection 3, but it'll be in a much later episode. Guess what happens next? We move all the way into Indonesia. Something happens. Well, you guessed it. A boat from the United States carrying the infection. Blah, blah, blah. So boring. That's just how it works. Lands somewhere in this area. The Indonesians are actually a lot more prepared than the Mexicans and the United States both together, but they still unfortunately lose a lot of their islands. They're getting very close to Australia. Very, very close to Australia. You know what? Why don't we just take Malaysia? Yep, the zombies also take Malaysia. Because they can. Because they can. Malaysia puts up a good fight in the seaports and tries to land, which fails. And Singapore goes bye-bye. Actually, no. What am I saying? It's Malaysia. I meant Malaysia. Singapore immediately decides, you know what? We're fortifying our border. Screw it. No zombies getting in here. So Malaysia now falls. Indonesia is trying their best to put up a fight in New Guinea right here, but they fail. Indonesia has to defend Medan, which this fight was going to last for a very long time because Indonesia is pretty prepared. No, wait, they died. Okay, oh well. The zombies have now destroyed the zombies have now destroyed 3 countries, which are in Southeast Asia. Sorry, my fellow Southeast Asians. Sorry. Okay. Now, what are the zombies gonna do? They're stuck in Mexico, they're stuck in the Americans, and they're stuck in Southeast Asia. Where are they gonna go next? Europe? They'll get shredded. They're not strong enough. If they were able to defeat the Americans, why not go for Germany? We might get shredded. I know. The zombies would decide. By the way, this is actually what happened. But this is actually what happens in the episode. Lands in an African country called Kenya? Yeah, Kenya. And they cause an absolute mess. Seeing no resistance at all. No resistance. Then they start pillaging some stuff. And then they just decide, you know what? Let's go on a rampage in Africa. Why not just go on a rampage in Africa? They're pretty weak. And now they're on a rampage in Africa. What are these zombies doing? They're spreading everywhere. Well, this is the entire map. And this is the entire timeline. And that's it. This is actually it. The Russo-Ukrainian War still happening. I don't know why it stopped, but it's still happening. And the Americans are going to have to fight the zombies. And the Africans, the Mexicans, the Southeast Asians, the Australians have to fight the zombies. And that's pretty much it. Okay. Well, that's it. Bye, guys.